Hey, how's it going? Zach D Productions here, and I'm here for a list video for you guys. So for this list, I'll be going over my top 5 favorite films of 2023 so far. Now, of course, there are other films coming out this year that I'm looking forward to as well, but I just wanted to go over the films that I would say are the best so far. So I'll be going over 5 of them in this video. This list is in no particular order, so let's go ahead and get started. The first film I'm going to go over here is John Wick Chapter 4. Man, do I love this movie, and I wouldn't be surprised if when this film comes out in physical that I end up pick up multiple copies of this movie because I really love this movie. I think it's great. It's probably my favorite of the year so far, like my top pick of the year so far. I wouldn't even be surprised if it ends up making my number one by the end of the year as well. I mean, it's a great film, and it's definitely one of the best of the year, and I don't think it'll probably be at least in the top 5 by the end of the year. At least I would say, and I'm sure many others would have this in their top 5 as well by the end of the year. It's a great movie. It's a great John Wick film, but it's also just a great action flick. It really is. It's a lengthy film, the lengthiest of the John Wick films. John Wick is going against the high table in this movie, and it's really intense. The action scenes, they're fun to watch. I really enjoyed a lot of the characters. Of course, you have Donnie Yen here, which I do like a lot of his movies, and he really stole the show, in my opinion, and I know he has for many people as well. I really dug his performance in this movie. He plays this blind guy who's named Kane, I think his name was. And of course, Keanu Reeves, one of my favorite actors, playing John Wick, once again, supposedly for the final time, because, spoiler alert, John Wick actually dies at the end of this movie. So, yeah, that was really sad, and I was actually quite shocked by that, because I was like, well, wait, weren't they supposed to make a 5th film? But maybe they combined the ideas that they had for part 4 and 5 and just put it all into this movie and just, called it a series. I don't know. So, yeah, I don't know if this will be the last John Wick film. I don't know if there will be some twists where John Wick actually comes back for a 5th film, like, oh, he's not really dead or something like that, I'm not sure if that's the route that they're going to take, but I do know this. I do know that there's going to be some spin-off films of this universe. Like, I know that one recently got confirmed. I think there's one John Wick series that's coming out that takes place in the 70s, which I think seems kind of interesting, so I'll probably check that out. And then there's Ballerina. And I think they're going to do a solo project on Akira, I think her name was, from the 4th film. I think that would be kind of interesting, actually. So, John Wick Chapter 4, I really enjoyed it when I saw it at the theater. I thought it was great, and honestly, I think it's the best of the John Wick films since the 1st film. The 1st film I've always put really high up there, but John Wick Chapter 4, it's close. It's really close for me. A great film for sure. If you have not seen this one, definitely check it out. A great film. So next we got Cocaine Bear, which pleasantly surprised me, actually. When I saw the trailers and stuff, basically this bear on cocaine, that's basically the gist of it based on the trailers that I saw, When I saw the trailers and stuff, I was like, we've really gotten this low, haven't we? We've really run out of ideas. But supposedly this was based on a true story. Like, what? Like, I don't know how true that is. Like, at first I thought it was just a joke. I'm not really sure. I guess I have no say in that. But the film, for what it is, it's actually pretty good. I'm actually pleasantly surprised how much I liked it. Especially after hearing some friends tell me that the film's actually pretty good. So when I checked it out, I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. This film basically combines comedy. There's definitely some comedy in this movie. It basically combines comedy with maybe horror a little bit, especially with the kill scenes when the bear is actually killing people, when there's gore and stuff. So I guess there's horror in that aspect of the film, but yeah, it's pretty solid. It's pretty funny, and yeah, I actually quite was invested in it, and it's actually pretty good. So I would say if you're someone who also had second thoughts about this film, like, it seems so dumb, I'd say give it a chance, because, you know, it might pleasantly surprise you, actually. And I do know that they're making other films, other animal films like this as well. I know that they're doing an alligator one, which I'm definitely looking forward to. And I think there's a shark one as well that they're doing. So I'll definitely check those out whenever those release. So Cocaine Bear, really good, actually. Pleasantly surprised me. So next we got the movie Megan, another film that pleasantly surprised me that I had no interest in when I saw the trailers. But, you know, again, after hearing some friends say that the movie is pretty good, I decided, hey, why not? I'll give it a try. So when I checked out the film, I was like, this is actually not bad. Pretty good film. Basically, the plot of the movie is this woman feels like she can't be there enough for this kid that she's taking care of. So, of course, she works for this toy company, and she, of course, builds Megan for this girl. And things go wrong there. Megan ends up being basically a killing machine. So, yeah, it's not the most original thing out there. Like, I know that some people say that the movie was trash because it's basically like Chucky or whatever. I never got into the Chucky films, but so maybe that's why I think highly of this film more than some people do. I'm not really sure, but yeah. Besides that, I thought it was pretty good. So, Megan, not bad. I know it's got mixed reviews from some people, but for me, I don't think it was that bad. I mean, I don't think it's great or amazing or anything, but it's pretty good for what it is. So next we got Operation Fortune with Jason Statham. This is a film that combines, I believe, action with comedy. So, you know, it's cool to see films like this come out where they combine different genres together. Of course, you see comedy combined with horror, and you see comedy combined with action, like with this film. It's pretty good. I do like Jason Statham's performance, like always. The action scenes, they're there, and I think they're decently done. I mean, would I say that this is Jason Statham's best film? Not necessarily, but still, it's pretty good for what it is. So, Operation Fortune, I had to throw on the list. So, lastly, we got Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. It's a pretty good film. I know it's got mixed reviews from some, even some negative reviews from some. Now, in the next few years, I doubt anyone will be talking about this film, but it's there, you know. I think it's pretty good for what it is. Of course, we all know about the controversy at this point surrounding the guy who played Kang. They're actually talking about replacing him or something like that. That whole situation is pretty unfortunate. But his acting, I don't think his acting was that bad in the movie, so there is that. And of course, Paul Rudd is back as Ant-Man, and it's cool to see a movie like this where they actually explore the quantum realm furthermore, because, you know, in the previous films, you know, we didn't see much of it, of course, up until this point. So, yeah, it's cool to see an Ant-Man movie like this where the majority of it is in the quantum realm. Now, I would have liked more scenes where, you know, it wasn't in the quantum realm, but that's just a little nitpick I have, I guess. But yeah, I thought all the actors did a pretty good job. Of course, you know, Michael Douglas is back in this movie as well. And Michelle Pfeiffer is in this movie as well. I think she was in the last Ant-Man film as well. Which I was actually pretty surprised to know that she was in these movies because, of course, you know, a lot of people know her from being in Batman Returns. She was Catwoman, so yeah. But Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, it's actually pretty good. I mean, I would say it is probably the weakest of the three Ant-Man films that we've gotten, but with saying that, I still think it's pretty good. So that is my list of my top 5 favorite films of 2023 so far. Let me know what you think. What are your favorite films of 2023 so far? Feel free to let me know. What did you think of my choices as well? So on that note, thanks for watching and have a good one.